Again. So this is my video too. In the video, I use TFCBT, which is trauma focused cognitive behavior therapy. And even though, like in the first video, I said that it is an intervention that's used with both the parent and the child, only the child was used for this intervention, was my client. So with the parent, if the parent was in therapy or I was doing a two-part series, then with the parent, I would share like psychoeducation about the trauma, about some of the effects that trauma has on a teenage female, especially, and ways that she can support her, and even with the discipline, sometimes parents become too lenient or too overprotective. So parenting skills or, reinforcing parenting skills. And then also integrated in that was a little ego psychology, which, according to Welch, ego sustaining techniques or ego psychology strategies are useful with clients who require a supportive relationship or an opportunity to process their distress through validation and reflection, and helping clients resolve their crisis. So that's on page 317. So based on the assumption of ego psychology that ego functioning includes both conscious and unconscious thought processes attached to the trauma. So with the ego sustaining intervention techniques, I was looking more at the exploration, description, and ventilation, which once again Welch says allows the client to gain more control of incapacitated moments, feel less alone and overwhelmed, and more clearly recognize and understand her emotional reactions. And additionally, my decision to choose this particular population and this particular situation was kind of based on one of the possible field placement agencies. And they happen to work with like sexually abused kids. And I felt like, well, number one, with me, not having any experience in social work, like that was such a strong thing. So, I mean, this paper really helped me, and just this whole research altogether, the case study and everything, really helped me like work through and figure out how to research certain things. So in doing this assignment, I really learned a lot about the assumptions and the context and just so many different things that are social work. So I would say for future work with a client, with my mock client, I will continue to focus on getting her to open up about her feelings. And one of the contraindications of working with trauma-focused cognitive behavior therapy was that if the client wasn't in a good place, it wasn't a good time to start the narrative. So even though the sessions, well, the length of treatment can last from 12 to 20 minutes, 12 to 20 sessions, it really gives you a nice amount of time to work on a lot of things, but you still have to maintain structure and focus in it. So in continuing to work with Nicole, I would continue to like educate her, and help her deal with some of her depressive thoughts and feelings. And that was my case presentation. Thank